Hello, here we go. So the new year is well and truly in swing, and I have started my new job. It's a lovely place, some nice people so far. I'm not doing a lot, I'm just in the observing period of time, so just trying to work out how it all goes and then put my own little mark on it. The video that I have been meaning to do for ages and just didn't get round to it, so it's the one where your questions and some of the things I remember get answered. We do have this here. So my boat, why did I buy it, what are my plans, all those things. So this is the least interesting video I'm going to make because it's just me sat here, sorry. So the facts are, I picked up this Narrowboat on an off chance. It was kind of an opportunity that came my way. Somebody said, oh, have a look at this, and I was renting, as many people know, and I'd sold my house quite a long time ago. I was struggling to find a property to buy that was kind of in a sensible price bracket, even in Greater Manchester. I've always been fascinated by things like narrowboats and cottages and all those kind of alternate sort of period kind of things like that. So I thought, give it a go. Why not? Now's the time. And I'm enjoying it so far. It's been nice. It has its obviously challenges and bits and pieces like heating. I've got the burner, but I'm not using it in a minute because the chimney stack had blown off and it's just too wet to cement it and everything. That's why I'm using the electric heater. So it's expensive using the electric heater, but I don't want to freeze in the canal. So my narrowboat is only 36 foot, so it's quite a small one, but it's a lot bigger than some that are around the marina, to be fair. So 36 foot. It was built in 1978. It is a Peter Nichols. So it's quite an old boat, really, compared to some. I've seen some very nice ones. But what it was I thought it'd be good that it's enough for me and the dog, to be fair. Once I've got rid of this L-shaped kitchen, and as you can see, I've done the work on it, it's become more of a cozy home. And I think the size is ideal for me at the minute because we don't do a lot. We sit here, we do TV and little bits and pieces. So we're quite happy. We hop off and go dog walking. I took him to the vet the other day as well because he had to have his nails done. Can't do it on my own, but he's less click, 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 click now. So he goes there a few times a year. Moving on, just I have to have it written down because there's so much information here. We are looking at cruiser stern, as many would know, obviously, as boat people watching these. It is a very nice boat. Now, a lot of the questions came to why did you buy it without seeing it, etc., etc. I did not buy it completely blind. I'll come to that in a second. This was advertised at 35,000. Very strangely, it was on purple bricks, which was quite odd for a narrowboat. I've never seen one advertised purple bricks before, but that's why somebody saw it and it came to my attention anyway. Somebody said, oh, make sure with this, that and the other. One of the naysayers, I believe. Oh, it's all safety and you need this, you need that. I have a safety certificate, all done already. So this is passed. There's no issues electrically or gas, etc. So everything on this boat is pretty good as it needs to be. It's obviously got more and more checks and things going. I have my canal license. I bought an upfront 6 months one, which is pretty expensive. I'll go in the price if anyone's interested, but I thought it'd be a bit less than that. Mooring here is currently £248 a month at New Islington Marina. It's a very nice marina. It's got some lovely area and facilities and restaurants, bars, that kind of thing. They have sent me a letter saying they will be reducing the fee for the next year. You don't get that with rent, do you? So at the minute, quite happy, staying put, and I'll go on to that in a minute. The very technical stuff. Are you ready? So the boat had a survey done and it was supplied and paid for by the seller, hence why I wasn't worried. You know, it passed the survey, I have the documents, and there was no issues with it at all. It did actually have a rebuild on the whole cabin, and it was 18 millimeter ply and GRP. So it's pretty sturdy. It's pretty good. It has also, under the top flap wall, got a layer of insulating foam, like the board foam stuff, you know, with the silver backing, which I've used for a few houses in the past. It's had new front doors, so I've got the double sort of bay door there, and it's all brand new. The other thing is a new gas locker and drainage pipe, so that's all brand new. I just lacked the gas. I still haven't picked up a canister yet. I can get some, I know, 2 places, but I've been quite happy using the facilities here for the gas and just heating water for washing in the kettle. I will get around to doing that. The whole new deck was welded in 6mm steel. So that's one of the things I don't know a lot about. But again, the deck was re-welded with steel. The water tank is a 350 litre, brand new. Again, all good. I've got the canopy out on the rear side. You'll have to excuse my nautical terms at this point because obviously I'm not a sailor. So the canopy is brand new. It's a very nice canopy. It's quite tall as well. So it's given me a lot of storage. So I've had to take out units of the kitchen and the mattress and things. At the minute, it's all stored in there. That's why when I had the what turned out to be condensation problem, I had to go in through the bed rather than the back because everything is stored, stacked. The only thing I could do is get my bike in and out. I can't get to the hatches or anything like that at all. So, yeah, the full survey, we've got that on the list. It's had the new base plate. Now, this was last year now, because obviously a few months since I bought this. So it had a brand new 6mm base plate, and that was carried out at the Hesford Boatyard. So again, the underside and all the hull issues that people sort of were worried about in my initial 2 or 3 videos, this is why I wasn't worried. I know that all of the jobs that were main were all done for me. So this is virtually a rebuild of the full boat. They didn't do the best finish on it, I admit. It was a bit sort of slapdash in places, and like we've gone through the bathroom and stuff, but it kind of did the job for me because I didn't want to spend a fortune. I just wanted to come in, buy the boat for the price, do more cosmetic and practical changes so that I could then look at different options down the line. So inside, it's had a hardwood ply and it's been insulated, as I say. It's got raised floor and scaffold boards on batten under the LVT, so it will never rot. So they've kind of gone big on those kind of important factors. It says new kitchen was in with oak worktops and a gas hob, washing machine and fridge. It is an old washing machine, so I think they've used some second-hand kitchen units, which I've done before. I've gone on eBay and I've gone out and I've bought different things for that for renovations I've done. Let's have a look. The header tank pump is a Stuart Turner Monsoon, negative, gives water pressure fitted last year. Me and that bleeding pump, yeah. So there's no instructions, but it turns out, as I said before, if you turn it off, take the power off out of the wall completely, leave it 10 minutes, it does like an automatic reset, which is quite handy. I've got the brand new boiler, which is a Flugatonic. I think it's a Flugatonic, isn't it? A Flugatonic 18 litre. I've never used it yet, but I've turned it off in the minute. It keeps firing up when you put the water on. But it's all brand new, so that's brilliant. 24 and 12 volt. So I have my standard lights on your normal sort of 24 volt, but I also have the backup lights, which I'm using now, which are run off the 12 volt battery. So they're pretty handy and they don't cost as much because they're not drawing direct power, just sort of coming off the saving. The blinds, I hate blinds, but they're all brand new. At the minute, they're just stored because I prefer the curtains. Yes, I will iron them and do this over the coming week. And the stove and new twin valve, twin wall flue. So that is something I haven't used. I haven't cooked in here properly at all. I've only really heated things. Moving swiftly on, it's like a school lesson. I'm reading things out this. So that's what I say, least interesting video I'm ever going to do because I'm a creative. Yeah, so they've had the shower room with the sink and separate shower, and they've got the whale gulper. Obviously, put it on, go glug glug glug, pulls all the water out. All brand new, which is under the bed. It was just annoyingly, it's just there coiled, and the device is there. So if I take the bed out, and we're looking at that hopefully this week, next week, it's going to be a bit difficult to do too much with because of its width, and I'm going to have to try and build a sort of faux wall on the bottom. The bedroom is going to be a pretty big build challenge. It might just be a case of bring the mattress here, move the sofa out of the way and just sleep here until I just rip it all out and start again. But there's so many wires that aren't long enough to be pinned back where they strewn across the middle underneath. I might have to do some rewiring and things like that. Anyway, so it's not ideal, but hey ho. There we go. So we've got the bedside. So what they've done is they've used sort of lamps on the walls in the bedroom. I don't like that. I'd rather just had a ceiling light, maybe some sort of uplighters, and then had bedside lamps and put them in. But at the minute, not possible just from the layout. And the engine, some people love engine stuff, as I found out. This one is a BMC 1.5 with PRM gearbox. It's had new oils in the gearbox and the engine, new oil in the fuel and air filters, new control cables and throttle stand. The weed hatch was rebuilt while it was out of the water, and it's had a new gearbox with oil cooler fitted with new skin tank hoses. That means nothing to me. That's something that a few of my family members would probably have more of a clue, because they do mechanics and cars. So all in all, that's the tech stuff. That's what this boat is. So it's one of those where it was an opportunity that came along at a time, and it works for me. So I'm happy with it. You'll see in the background, I haven't done the full walk around. I've done a lot of the final decorating things on this side. In the end, I haven't really got to the kitchen stuff because of the new job, but I'm hoping to get the routine going very soon. Am I planning on remaining moored or cruising? That's one that's come up a lot. I don't know at the minute. I mean, initially this is a home, so it was being located near to where I work, that kind of thing, and it is an accommodation. It's a home for me. I have toyed with the idea that depending on what happens, if I'm really unlucky and my job doesn't work out this time around, I might just say sod it and just go off for a period of time. I will take the boat out when the weather's better, because it'd be nice, because I don't really go on holidays, so it'd be nice to be able to get out and just take the dog in the boat, and we'll just head to some nice areas up in the north where I can go away for a week or a fortnight. But that's all going to depend on life and what happens, because this for me, as I say, was on the cuff, and it was just kind of a, if you don't do it now, when are you ever going to do it? I'd advise all those people on the fence. You see all the videos about boats, and there's a lot of people that are very informative and know a lot about them. I personally, as a novice, would say, if it's something you've ever thought of doing, I would just give it a go, because what's the worst can happen? You don't like it, then you can always just go back to something. I've been here now for what, 3 months nearly, just about, and I've not had any issue. I enjoy it. I like it. It's a calm life. It's a peaceful life. Even on a marina, I'm not getting all those passers-by and the noise and the mess that you think you would. Excuse me, I've got a bit of cold. It's been snowing and frozen. Other questions. The pipes. Yes, so I have the gas pipes, annoyingly, and some wires that run sort of around this mid-level. I will box them off. I'm just going to make a very small box. I've done it before with gas pipes in a Victorian house. So I would basically put the baton down and put a bit of plasterboard over it, fill it, and then just paint straight onto that. So yeah, definitely going to cover these pipes. That's kind of an at the end job on the top of things. I don't have a lot of big plans aside from redoing the bedroom, because it is a little bit impractical as it is. A lot of people said, can I turn it the other way around? I'm not big. I'm like 5'8" and a bit. I'm in between 5'8", 5'9". I don't know if it's going to be possible for me to sort of have that lying space. So I'm just going to see how it goes. But that's the first chunk. Really, I can't think of any of the major questions going forward apart from those. There's a lot of people asking the same things. My plans, obviously, for the boat, I like it. I'm going to get it finished. I'm just going to continue living on it. I keep saying I've got boat envy. I've seen a couple of the ones on the marina. I love the green one that sadly sank, and they've brought back up now. I still haven't seen anyone to ask if they know why it had sunk, so I'm going to try and find out, because a few people did ask. I love that boat. Just the fact that the sides come virtually right out to the edge, and all those brass windows. I think it's going to be a lovely layout and everything inside. Even if not, there's something about that shape. I just really like it. Boat envy. I'm not object. I've been thinking now, see how this goes and see how the next few months go. Settled in, relaxed, new job. I would probably look, if I'm in my current sort of setup of life, of getting a bigger boat just for space, in which I'd probably try and make it sort of two bedroom style, the walk-in shower room kind of situation. But again, that's something I need to think about down the line. I'd probably buy a boat that needs more work doing to it than this one did, to be fair. But as long as the outside is kind of there, I don't mind the kind of shell on the inside, because it would just be like doing renovations on houses where you sort of take nothing and make it into something, and you could do anything once it's stripped out. You could put things and rearrange them in a sensible place. The bedroom being at the back here is a bit of a pain. I think at one point somebody said they seemed to think there was a door at the back, but they built a wall and put the little hatch window in. But as it stands, I don't mind the layout. It's just the bathroom as it is a pain. But financially, if I start stripping it out, it just will exceed the value of the boat. If I spend too much, the boat would be great and functional for me. But when I do come to get rid of it, because I want another one, it's not financially viable. You know, I've never put too much into a house or a flat that I bought, in line of, you know, get it to its value and don't spend too much, otherwise you'll struggle and you'll never make it back anyway. I think this boat holds its value just as it is, and I'm enjoying my time. So I won't waffle on anymore. If I've missed any questions or sort of things people are interested in, again, just put it in the comments of any of the videos, and I'll get back to it and answer it within something else. It has been a bit slow on my sort of vlog at the minute, because like I've just been in the boat doing nothing, so everything's slowed down a little bit. Hopefully over the week it's going to be a bit more going on. My afternoon tea documentary, I've started the intro and I've started the first part of it, so I'm very happy with the progress so far. So keep an eye out for that. It's a little bit of fun, different. I'm going to do fish and chips, the history of, and also like the history of the pie, liquor and mash shops and things. So I might have to take a trip back down to London to do a bit of filming, and there's a couple of fish and chip shops up in Manchester and place I'm going to visit and do some stuff as well. So I'm just trying to keep things on that basis, because I've always liked the Victorians, the Edwardians, that period, the 1940s, but I want to do some bits that incorporate the canals. But life is so up in the air, just as it's mad what's happened over, say, 5 or 6 months. I was at the Midland, and I'm not at the Midland now. I'm at a new hotel. I'm not just doing afternoon tea. I'm sort of the general manager of the restaurant overall. It's just such a big change. It's not giving me any time to do my sort of pet projects and things. So bear with me, guys. Thanks for sticking with me if you have, and if you're new, welcome. I'm the alternative boat guy who does random things all week, every week. So I'm going to leave you to it now. Hope you all have a good year as well, because hopefully we'll all have some successes and wins this year. I think that's what I'm aiming for. I don't need to win the lottery, just need to have some peace. So I will catch you in the next one. I'm not going to do too many of the singing videos, obviously, for the Narrowboat requests. I'm not having much luck getting anyone to reply to me that is a talented person on the Narrowboat. So if anyone can help me out and get in touch and point it my way, that'd be appreciated, because I wanted to sort of get their details, get a little bit about their boat, then get their performance, like a little "this is my life" section within that, just because it'd be quite interesting to find out. So I need to go and do some stuff now. I've lost my whole day off because I slept loads. It's getting used to the working nights is a pain. I've got to find some cleaner and get this burner done, because it had a lot of black residue on. I managed to get a lot off, but it's still a bit of work to do until it's clear glass again. So take care, see you soon, enjoy your week, and I look forward to doing the next video and getting together with you again. Thanks, bye.